Hey everybody, Sara out again touring, and I know the first image you see is a gentleman sitting down, and what is he doing with a plastic jar shaped like a bear? Well, this is Gino Venditti of Stag Farms, and I'm here at his shop. Hi, Gino.
Hi, everybody.
And as you can see here, that's what you're greeted to. The image is Gino bottling up some honey for a client in his little bear bottle. Very nice. What size is that, Gino?
This is 1.5 pounds of honey,
Okay.
which is about a pint.
Okay.
And then over here we have a 2-pound jar.
Okay.
We have 2.5 pounds. I have some quarts that aren't bottled this time, and then we have some antique jars here that are filled with honey for the antique collectors as well.
I see that.
And then this is one of our new introductions for this season. We do a fire honey.
That's delicious.
And it's been really popular and well received. And then for those that like a little more spice, we do a habanero honey as well.
Okay. And that will be available too coming out?
Yes, the habanero honey and the fire honey, right now I'm doing those as a made-to-order product.
Okay.
And because we sold everything out at the Christmas markets already.
Okay.
So
not a bad thing.
No, not at all. As we wind down the season, I'm just managing these as a made-to-order product as people need them, and then we will get going again in the springtime once demand starts to pick up again and everyone gets back to normal buying.
Sounds good. If I may, your business is Stag Farms, correct? I should have introduced that right from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay. And so you've got a couple different sizes here, and it's all local honey, correct? You're nothing but local here to the Norway, Quinnesec area. All of this is from bees. It is not clover honey. So it's the perfect thing for people that want to have honey that helps with perhaps allergies, etc., correct?
It is actually, there actually is some clover in the honey.
Okay.
It's a wildflower honey predominantly, and it is all from the Upper Pine Creek, Quinnesec area. We also have honey that we produced at your place down at the orchard, and that is only available through your store.
Right.
And so if you want something, it's a different honey than ours. It's still a really delicious honey. It's a different taste to it, different color to it because of what the bees were foraging on. But that is only available through your store.
Right.
Through myself and a handful of stores out in the community, we have the honey available. I'll drop the list of where those honeys are available in the comment section of the video once it gets posted. I'll also include some contact information.
Good. Folks, I have to say, I'm not a big fan of spice, but this is really, really blended well as far as balance. And just a hint, I put some of this on Andy, my husband's goat cheese, his chev, and that was absolutely delicious. I love that on crackers. So, Gino, your system here, can you explain very quickly what this is and what you're doing with it, how that helps you bottle your honey?
Yes, this is a 20-gallon bottler.
Okay.
It has a water jacket around it, so the heating element that you see, the thermostat, and then the heating element here keeps that water jacket at a very consistent temperature. Right now I'm holding the honey at 100 degrees.
Okay.
It keeps it from crystallizing and it allows it to flow very well.
Okay.
And then you get a very pretty honey
beautiful
once you bottle it.
That's beautiful. Now, you are you're my honey expert here in the area. There's something to do with that honey cannot exceed, is it 160 or 165 degrees?
Yes, 160 degrees. Once you get above that point, you start to break down the good healthy enzymes that are in the honey, and then it's essentially just thick sugar water.
And many people will ask, your honey, very similar to ours, it has that beautiful yellow gold color. Honey color is determined, forgive me if I'm wrong, correct me please, not only by what the bees are foraging, to make the honey from, but also if it has been heated, the honey will change color. Is that correct?
Yes, honey will get darker if it is heated. When I process my wax at the end of the season after I harvest the honey, I melt the wax down, and there's still a little bit of residual honey that I can collect out of there, but I don't sell that. It's dark honey. It is almost black in color from being heated. It has this really wonderful caramel flavor to it, but I only get maybe enough to fill 2 of these honey bears in a season, and I don't want to sell that just because it's been heated and it's not the unfiltered, unprocessed honey.
Right.
In addition to our honey products, we have a small vineyard here. We produce grapes that we turn into wine, and then we also make a wine jelly, and we sell that in
Yes, I've had that too.
this size jar, and then we sell a smaller portion in a 2-ounce jar, which is about a third the size of this. That is also made to order product at this point in time. Now that the farmers market is over, I just had a customer order a double batch from me.
Okay.
So I put together a dozen of these for them.
Okay.
And those were Christmas gifts that they are distributing out to their family for this season.
Yep, delicious on crackers. I had that with some brie.
Yes.
A wonderful thing to have for a charcuterie board or sampling, when you're holiday snacking. And so not just a man of honey, but you've got the vineyard and then maple syrup, right?
Yes. Let's go down. We'll take a quick look at the bees, see how they're doing through the winter. We'll pop into the sugar shack and we'll talk about some maple syrup when we get down there.
Sounds great. Let's head on out there, folks. Okay, so we're out here at your hives now, Gino.
Yep, just finished taking a look, and most of the bees are doing well and they're happy. We lifted the lids and took a look. Everybody's working and doing their thing for the winter.
Okay.
We have 24 hives in this location. I have usually 3 up at the house, and then I have 8 at your place and another dozen at a different out yard.
I see. So these big cubes, those are actually 4 hives, because if you said 24 here and I count 6 pods, if you will, you've got 4 hives in each one of these pods. Is that correct?
That's correct. And
Okay.
I wrap them this way and cover them so that they share heat in the winter, and it helps to
Smart.
keep everyone through. Once we get deep snow, I just let the snow build up as it sits against the black plastic.
Uh-huh.
And then on those really cold nights we get in January and February, that will help to insulate the bees as well.
Wonderful. Yes, snow is a good insulator.
So you can see here, I have a window, and this is how the bees will come and go once they come out of the hive.
Sure. Okay.
So
And
that's
they can find that.
right. They can find that. They'll come in and out, and they'll do all their cleansing and their little exercise flights when they come out
Okay.
for a little visit in the rare warm days that we get above freezing.
And then the wire I see around this, does this help keep the bear out?
Yes, if you don't have the wire electric fence where we live, you won't get honey because the bears will eat it.
And got to keep the bears away. All right, so everybody's tucked in, and hopefully we'll winter very successfully. You'll know more, of course, once spring comes, and you'll be able to take everything off and let everybody out, as well as check on who made it through the winter, correct?
That's correct. And we'll be able to tell as we go through the winter. When you get the rare nice days, you can see which hives the bees are coming out to fly and look and see what's going on.
Okay.
And then the other ones, you just make a note and come back and check on them.
Now, I'm throwing this at you very unprepared. Social media, do you have a website or a Facebook page or some kind of platform where people that have questions about beekeeping or honey, that they can ask you questions about or stay in touch with how the bees are doing?
Yes, I have a Google My Business page.
Okay.
And then I have a regular website that is in development.
Okay.
And once we can get that released, then I'll see about putting some kind of a chat section or blog or whatever in that's available so that we can answer questions and keep people up to date with all the fun stuff that's going on at the farm at any given time.
Yeah, sounds great. I know a lot of people find it interesting to chat with you at the farmers markets about bees, how to keep them, how to possibly...
There's one flying right there. See it?
Oh my goodness, you're right. I wish I could get on the video. Oh,
It's 25 degrees out and the bees are out flying still. She's exploring the world.
that's too funny.
There she
Wow.
comes.
Yep, she's coming by us. I wish I could get her on the video, folks. Can I see her? Oh, there she is. Where did I lose her?
She's over here.
She's over there. Well, she's not. Oh, she landed in the snow there. Oh no. We got a bee whisperer here, folks. Do you know what type she is? Like, is she Italian or?
Yes, she's an Italian bee.
Okay.
You can tell by the nice light coloring. She's not a real young bee either. The darker stripes in the back are indicative of a older bee.
Okay.
The fact that she's out flying, leaving the hive, also says that she's not a nurse bee either.
Okay.
But she's going to pick up a little bit of moisture from my finger here. You can
Yeah.
see her getting a drink. And then we'll get a little bit of heat on her, put her back over near the hive, and hopefully she'll find her way home.
Yeah.
But here we are, it's 25 degrees out.
And she's still flying.
Yep, she's out exploring the world.
Interesting. Interesting.
So-
Well, we'll let you put her back.
And then we
Find a safe spot for her.
Yep, and then we'll jump into the shed real quick. We'll talk about some maple syrup.
Okay.
And then we'll get you on your way.
Sounds great. All right, so heading into the sugar shack.
We're getting staged for maple syrup season. I already have the buckets out and staged. These are my feeder tanks, and that's my head tank. This is my evaporator.
Yeah. Very nice.
And we'll put out probably 300 taps this year.
Okay.
We'll make hopefully 50 to 60 gallons of maple syrup. And we do offer a variety of flavored syrups.
You do, that's right, yeah.
It's not just maple syrup. We do a vanilla maple syrup, honey maple syrup, cinnamon, habanero maple syrup. And this year I have hopes to develop a coffee maple syrup.
Ooh.
And if I can make the contacts I need to, I want to offer a bourbon maple syrup.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I've done the bourbon maple syrup in small batches for the last 2 years, and it's been really good.
Okay.
So I'm hoping this year to be able to scale that up and offer it to the public.
Very cool. There's your chimney. How big is your pan here that you're working with?
This is a 2 foot by 4 foot pan, and I have a set preheater in here that we had built. And with the preheater, and if I can run this efficiently, we'll see about 25 gallons an hour of steam on average.
Okay.
So in a normal day, I can usually go through about 500 gallons of sap in about 10 hours.
Okay.
And that's pretty well matches up to about 300 taps.
Okay, very nice.
If I can make some arrangements and get my hands on some sap, if somebody's willing to sell some to me, I'll put my reverse osmosis unit into service, and then I can produce even more syrup faster in the future. But right now, with the 300 taps, all I need is this to be able to handle
Process everything.
that volume. Yes.
Wonderful. And now we will have in the comment section, folks, we'll have a list of all the establishments where Gino's maple syrup, as well as his honey and his red wine jelly, are available. Is that not correct, Gino?
Yes, the red wine jelly is direct to consumer only because of the cottage food laws.
Oh, okay.
But the honey and the maple syrup, I'm allowed to sell wholesale, and then we can turn those to the retailers in the community. So we'll have a list, again, with the contact information for where you can find some of our products out in the community.
Fantastic. Well, Gino, we're already at the 10-minute mark. Why don't we go ahead and, as usual, we usually do contact information. So Stag Farms, where can they find you online, social media, and also calling?
I have a Google My Business page that you can reach me through there.
Okay.
And you can reach me at stag.farms, the number 1, at gmail.com.
Okay.
Or you can call, text, or send carrier pigeon if you feel like it. My number is 412-863-2331.
Right. And we'll have that list in the comments of the establishment where your maple syrup and honey is available from, because you do not have a storefront. You are operating out of your own facilities here and bottling everything, and then you have it at establishments for people to purchase it.
That's correct.
Wonderful. And how long have you been doing this? I meant to ask earlier.
I've been doing the honey for 6 years now, and the maple syrup for about the same amount of time. I think it's been 5 years for that.
Okay.
The red wine jelly, this is our 2nd year for that. And then we do some artisan jams and jellies as well in the spring. We do a strawberry, blueberry, rhubarb jam,
Ooh.
which is really popular, and it sells out almost immediately.
Okay.
But I run out of rhubarb, so I have to stop making it. So that's another seasonal springtime product as well.
You got to get yourself some more rhubarb plants. Make that on the to-do list.
That's next year's plan.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, sir, thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this whole business segment and taking time to meet with me today and showing me the evaporator, as well as out there we've got the hives, and we already saw your honey bottling process. Appreciate your time again, and what wonderful products you're putting out here in the community. Again, folks, buying local, shopping local, and helping people like Gino who have small businesses to keep on running. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Gino. As always, a pleasure. And if anybody has any questions, you can certainly comment below on the video, or of course, Gino gave you his contact information. That was stag.farm1@gmail.com. Is that right?
That's correct.
Wonderful. All right, sir. Thanks so much. Everybody, you take care. Have a great rest of your day. And I will be in touch very soon with one more video. It's just me giving a shout out to all these businesses and providing all their contact information. So everybody have a great day. Gino and Sara signing off out here at Stag Farm. Take care.